evening, everybody. Good afternoon. Not evening, sorry. So, as some of you have known, we are having a Speakers Corner event today, 1st of February, right after Thaipusam. And I can see some of my classmates here. And thank you for coming, and I'm very grateful for it. So thank you for coming, and I'm very grateful for it. And for those who don't know about this event, actually I have publicized this in Facebook, in classes, and yeah, thanks for your support. So we will have a few speakers here, and my speech here will be 60 minutes, 1 hour, and ends at 1:05 p.m. And my title is Our Unique Self. So, all right. Before I begin, please may I hear your applause from all of you to get us support. Thank you, thank you. All right. So, as I think I'm just talking about this. My title is Our Unique Self. All right. Very often we will encounter a lot of things, such as we feel like we cannot fit into society. We feel like we cannot fit into our norms, into the norms of the groups. We feel like we cannot fit into the society. What do you think? You think that people will not accept us. People might not be interested in us, and your friends might not want us to be in their group. Just simply because people quote us as being weird, or being out of the norm, or strange, or bizarre. So let me ask you a question today. Do you want to be yourself, or do you want to be like your friends, just to fit into the group? Ladies and gentlemen, before I go to the main point, I would like to explain a few points about our uniqueness. Each and every one of us here has our own uniqueness. Some of us are introverts, some of us are extroverts. And there's one special group of people which belong to ambiverts. Ambivert is the mixture of introverts and extroverts. Being an introvert, you feel like you are more reflective. You're reflective, you reflect on what you have done in your life, and you gain energy and also passion by being alone. For extroverts, they gain energy by being with their friends. When they join a group of people, when they join people in doing a project, they gain more energy. This is the extroverts. Okay, there's one thing. The one special group is the ambivert. Ambivert is a mixture of introvert and extroverts. These people, they will like both social events, and also sometimes they're cuddling with their book. Being alone, they feel very comfortable. Both being alone and also in groups of people. They will engage in conversations when the circumstances suit them. When they are in a special party, when they are in celebration, when they are in a good project, they will suit the character with the circumstances and become active in such a boisterous event. But when the circumstance needs them to be alone, when the circumstance needs them to do things alone by themselves, they will suit the character according to the situation, and these are the ambivert. And I believe there's not one or two people right here are ambiverts. There are a lot of people are ambiverts because you are not sure which group you belong to. Do you belong to the extrovert, or do you belong to the introvert? You are not sure. And that is why some people suffer. Some people have pain and suffer. They go through the bambles, go through suffering, failures in feeding groups because they don't know the exact definition of themselves. They have no They have no idea what they want to become. They have no idea who they belong to, which group they belong to, because they simply cannot suit the character to the environment. I believe that if you want to be unique, we're going to push through. And the major mistakes that we all have done before is keep waiting. We keep waiting for people to pick us up. We keep waiting for things to shape up the way we want it. We pray for ease, and we keep waiting for good things to come without putting much effort to it. It's like we want things to be automatic. We want things to be easy and comfortable, but things is just not like that. And many times we will face a lot of average days. We will find ourselves in our life. Our life is like going in a circles, continuous circles. Our life is mundane. We go to the class and do the assignments and go for the examinations every semester. All the workers and staff, they go to the office with a smiling face every so often. Every Sunday they go to the church and sing the choir every month, every year. Same thing happening over and over and over again, and there's nothing new that happened. And we feel like we don't know what we want to become. We feel like we want to be special, but there's nothing happened, nothing special that happened. But I believe that we're going to be faithful. We're going to stay faithful in our routine. We're going to stay faithful in our routine, and we got to commit ourselves. If we stay faithful in average days, we will see exceptional days. We believe that if we commit ourselves to it, we will be able to see good things, and good things will come to pass if we determined to hang on instead of giving up. It is impossible that if we go through our life, our mundane life, if we don't do something unique, we feel that we are lost in our life. And that's the thing about being unique. Let me give you a few examples. Like Bruce Lee is a very good martial artist. Michaelangelo is a very good artist. And many people like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Tim Cooks, they are all unique in their way. They are all unique and beautiful the way they are. That is why they invent things, they become so successful in life. And I believe that's because of their talents. That is because of their core values, the essence of hard work, and the fundamentals of hope that have made them so hopeful in their life that they don't want to give up on their life because they have a goal to pursue, they have a mission to achieve, and they have the vision to accomplish. Just like Steve Jobs, he has invented the Apple software, and Bill Gates, Microsoft software, a lot of people like that. And as Michaelangelo has said, the very great artist has once said, if you knew how hard I achieved my mastery, it wouldn't seem so wonderful after all. I think that that's the thing of being an artist of such a great caliber. It's the thing about artists of such great talent. And if you want to be great like them, so great that people will remember them for hundreds of years. Like Bruce Lee, many people remember them after his death. If we want to become like that, then we need to put on a blinding amount of effort. We need to put on a back-breaking effort to achieve that mastery. Because that mastery is not that easy. It requires a lot of push and exertion of energy and a lot of passion. And I believe this passion of ours can transform into something fruitful, something prosperous, and can carry us to the great heights of hope instead of being mundane in our life, because we lose hope when our life is mundane. the artists of such a great caliber that I mentioned just now, they have talents so great that we believe that talents are God-given. It is given by God. We believe that our talents are born with it, and we believe they are so anointed with it. We rather believe that they have this talent, they are born with this talent, than they just work their ass off. That this artist has such great talent and capability that they are more willing to believe that they are just born with it. But you know that how much work they have put into, how much work they have done in order to pursue their passion, in order to achieve what they intended, in order to accomplish their vision. As the saying goes, adversity makes success. Adversity makes success, and prosperity makes monsters. Sometimes we wish all those talents, all those great things, all those great capability are with us. We wish those things are within our heart. We wish that we are born in a silver spoon when we are still a kid. But things just not going that way, because we have the limitations. We wish for things that are for us for taking. But please know that if we were born in a silver spoon, if we were given all the talents and capabilities so naturally, that is when the monsters are created. Because prosperity makes success, and adversity makes success, and prosperity makes monsters. Alright, I know that the real road to the vision that we want to achieve is still not accomplished, but we are on our way. I know that the pathway or the highways towards our glory, to the great heights of glory, to those things that we're not achieved, is still not yet complete, but we are on our way, and we believe, as long as we believe that we are in the middle of our efforts to achieve what we want, and it's in the middle of our way. We are in the middle of our way to achieve what we want, and we believe that we are on our way. As long as we do not give up, we can pursue what we want. Ladies and gentlemen, about uniqueness of ours. Some of us, we are good in architecture. Some of us are good in engineering. Some of us are good in artistry. And some of us are good in speaking. Some of us are good in photography and anything. But I believe that these things, this uniqueness of ours, if we go inside it and grab our talent and amplify it and go and focus like a laser on what we want to do, with steadfast attentiveness, with military-like concentration, I believe that we can do it one day. And as I listen to what Bob Arnold says many years ago in a speech, the 7 words that he say in a speech, the 7 most poignant words that he ever uttered in any speech anywhere. And the 7 words are, don't give up. Don't ever give up. And I know that these people, those greats, did not give up. Those great people simply did not give up on what the things they want. These people, what they have is the resilience. What they have is the sense of relentlessness. What they have is the dogged faith and the determination to pursue what they want. And what they have is the ability to immediately bounce back To immediately bounce back after they encounter negative circumstances, after they go through sadness, after they get through frustrations and depression. Those people bounce back very fast. And when we say to ourselves, we can do something, why not tell ourselves we can do it? Instead of you saying, it's impossible, why not say, I am possible? We got to know that sometimes when we do the hard things at the right time, we feel like we don't want to do it. We are not willing to do it. But why not we say yes to ourselves? Anyone to stand out of the crowd? We're going to take life on. Taking life by the collar. We say yes. We will do it. We are going to do the things that we have scheduled to do. This right now, without procrastination, without protraction. We say yes to ourselves instead of saying no. If anybody has done this at any point in time in the history, what is possible for them, that is possible for us. That is possible for us. And I believe that we can do it. If you all have watched a very famous movie, The Pursuit of Happiness, he has once said, if you got a dream, you got to protect it. Nobody can stop what you want to do it. People can do something themselves, they're going to tell you that you can do it as well. So if you have a dream, go achieve it and go get it. Period. That's why you say in the movie. And that's what I really like this story, because it's all about motivation. And sometimes, instead of doing what we want, we have procrastinated, we delay our schedule, we know that we have projects due this week or next week, but we're still doing nothing. And after that we feel regret about it, we feel disappointed about it. And that is what I think about procrastination. Many of us, we have procrastinated, we have prolonged, we have protracted, we have protested. And I believe it is time for us right now to promulgate and to produce as far as our mind can take us. When we think we want to give up, we say, yes we can. When we think that things have gone tough, we say, yes we can. When we think the circumstances is not going along the way that we want it to shape up to become, we say, yes we can. When we are teased by somebody and we called it fat or short or whatsoever, we say, yes we can do it. And when we talk about teasing here, I remember one thing. It's spoken by Nick Vujicic. Nick Vujicic, the man without limbs. He has said, you think teasing is tough? Sometimes you tease your friends. You tease your friends. You laugh at them that you are short, you are ugly. You laugh at them, you tease them that you are not pretty, you are funny, you are weird. But you think teasing is tough? You say no. Nick Vujicic said no, teasing is not tough. Sometimes when we look at our friends and see that this is a very strange hairstyle, very ugly outfit, short, ugly, fat, we call it fat, or even obese. But I don't think that is tough, he said. Tough is about strength, he said. Tough is when you stop teasing people and go to the people that you tease and say sorry to them. That is called tough. Tough means that if you are teased by somebody, if you are teased by your friends and you hate him or her so much, you go and approach him or her and say, hey, please stop that, please do not tease me. I forgive you, but please stop doing that, you hurt me. That is called tough. And that's the thing about unique. It's no matter you're short, you're tall, pretty, ugly, or weird, or normal, or you're having a lot of adversities, whether you're poor or rich, you're unique and beautiful the way you are. We are beautiful and unique the way we are. We do not need to copy other people. We do not need to imitate other people. We do not need to follow other people's footsteps, because that is when we have decided to walk the path that nobody has gone through before. That is when our uniqueness is created. That's the thing about uniqueness. And uniqueness also simply means walk the path that doesn't exist. Sometimes when we open the door, we'll see the obvious way that lead us to the place that we want to be. It's the obvious way. It's a place where somebody has gone through. It's the place where instinct has driven people before you. But if you go through that way, that's a trap. Because if you walk through the path that has already existed, if you walk through somewhere that's already a very familiar destination, then you are following other people. But as the saying goes, do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail. It's a very good quote, I believe. Because if we go through the path that doesn't exist and we leave a trail, just like what famous people has done, like Bruce Lee, he has left a trail. He has transformed the whole martial arts in the world. And that's when these people will remember for hundreds of years after their death. But I believe that why so many of us are not willing to do unique things, are not willing to walk through the path that doesn't exist. Because I believe that this path is not easy. If you want to be unique, if you want to go somewhere which there's not many people gone through before, if you want to go to somewhere where there is no people, not much people in the destination, I believe you got to suffer. Because we will fall, we will stumble, we will be knocked off our guts, we will mess up our life, and we will go through the brambles, we will go through a lot of adversity, we will fall, we will stumble, we will fall on our faces, and we will be blooded by all those adversities, knocked down by difficulties. This is what that holds us back. It is what that prevents us from achieving what we want. And the question is, what do you want to become? Do you want your life to be easy? Do you want your life to be normal? Or do you want your life, do we want our life to be unique? Do you want your path to be well-worn? Do you want your path to be smooth? Or do you want to create your own destiny? I believe that most of us, 90% or more than that, are willing just to walk the way which seems so familiar to us. When our friends want to go to become something, then we just follow them. And seldom we can see people go to the destination where there are not a lot of people, because we are simply afraid of failure. That's the thing about a fear of failure. That's the thing about a fear of failure and a fear of rejections, because when we fail, we are afraid that people will lose interest in us. When we fail, we are afraid that we have no reputation anymore. And when we fail, that is when we think that we have lost our faith. And when we fail, they are so afraid to fail because it's too dreadful to contemplate the consequences of failure, because it is a lot of pain, it is a lot of suffering. know that? Do we know that it is when the monsters come? Do we know that when the adversity is in front of us, that is when our success is going to come near us? Let's think about failure. But I think that failure is not a big deal. It's not a big deal because failure is just a lesson in life. Thomas Edison has once said, I don't fail because I just failed my way to success. I have not failed because I have just tried 1,000 ways that did not work. Failure is temporary, but success is permanent. Failure is not any big deal. To be failure is just a motivation for us to transform us into a better being. So it's better for us to fail as fast and as early and as far as we can, because failure is something that we can learn. Failure is the best teacher in the world. By failing, we can have a mountain of success, because behind the barrier of failure you will see a pile of success. That's the thing about fear of failure. And some of us, we have fear of rejections. We have fear that we are rejected by people. We will be rejected by job interviews, rejected by those girls or boys that you love. We are feared to be rejected by so many things. We are so afraid that we are not willing to try something new. We are not willing to attempt, to make good attempt. We are not willing to venture into something that is hard to reach, and we are not willing to grasp on something that we feel virtually impossible. Virtually impossible. As you know, some of us may think something is impossible for us. Something is impossible for us until we have stepped foot on it. Something is not visible in such a distance until we have achieved it. And as Walt Disney has once said, if you can dream it, you can do it. I know some of you right now will laugh at the quotes like that. You laugh at the quotes that when we can dream it, you can do it. Because sometimes when we dream it but we can't do something, it's more about daydreaming rather than doing things that are realistic or achievable or attainable. Some of the things, we just think about the limitations. We just think about the constraints. We just think about those limitations that wanted to justify our limited existence. They wanted to tell us that you cannot do something, that we are so willing to accept that our life is less than what we can be. And that is why our life indeed has become less than what we can be. I know many people right here will have the chills right now after you heard the quotes like that. When we can dream it, we can do it. What is that? I don't know what is that. That is impossible. When we dream it, it's just like a daydreaming. Dreaming without a goal is just a dream, I believe. But if you freaking focus on that virtual part, if you freaking focus on that barrier, you are not going to create a momentum. You are not going to create a momentum that will spur you forward to your goal. You are never going to create a propulsion force that will drive you towards your goal. You are going to stay there forever, for good and ever. You're just going to stay there. You're just going to stay there. You have to be committed. You have to be committed. Because committed people, they outlast difficulty. Committed people, they stick to a relationship even though they have the right to walk away. Committed people, they do more than what they should. This is what I think about commitment. Because today, in today's world, it's very hard to find someone who is truly committed, who is truly emotionally engaged in the things that they want to do. And it's all about emotional engagement. If you want to do something unique, and you want to do something special, something out of the ordinary, something out of the norms, then we gotta suffer. Then we're gonna do a lot of things that is beyond our limits. Sometimes we will be overwhelmed by the bizarre sense of pride. They wanted to justify our limitations. They want to justify that we simply cannot do something. Because we believe that our feet must stay planted on the ground. Our feet must stay planted on the ground. That's why we cannot jump. That's why we cannot fly. That's why we cannot soar. But if we instead of rejecting the notion that we are not able to do something because our feet must stay planted on the ground, why not we create a thought or a notion that we are keeping our feet planted on the ground, and where there's the rubber meets the road, why not we keep our eyes up on the stars ahead and create the things that seems impossible to achieve or simply not visible until we step on it. That's why we need faith. That's why we need determination, and that's why we need motivation. So many of us has lost our motivation. Why? Because they are being teased every so often. Because nobody inspires them. Nobody motivates them. Their parents or their friends or their peers, acquaintances or their colleagues knock them down. And that's why they see monsters. To me, success is not achieved when the sun shines. To me, success is achieved also when the cloud is stormy, and is achieved during stormy, cloudy, and dark days. And I strongly believe in that. So why not start from right now? We try to motivate other people. We emanate positivity to other people. We release the air of strength to people, and we spread the aura of glory to our friends, because that is what they need the most. I believe that is not a time to give up, because we need to keep pushing forward. We've come too far to turn back now. After all that we have done, after so many years that we have gone through, we have gone too far to grow faint-hearted, and it is time to keep pushing forward. Why not start from today? Instead of knock your friends down, or you disappoint your friend, or you tease or you laugh at your friend because they are ugly or fat or something else, why not we start to motivate and inspire one another? Because I believe that if we inspire one another, if we draw strength from our victories and we learn from our mistakes, while we keep our eyes fixed on the distant horizon or the new frontier, and we keep inspiring and motivating the people around us, we believe that the providence and fortune will always be with us. And I believe that if we keep releasing positivity, motivation, inspiration, or whatsoever to our friends, to our acquaintances, to our colleagues, this community will turn into a much better one. Because all too many of us are obstructed by circumstances. We are obstructed by our daily lives, the difficulties that we have, the adversities that we encounter, the bad things that has come through our mind. That is the reason why we do not want to be unique, because we are discouraged by our friends or parents or whatsoever. That is why we do not want to walk the path that does not exist, because simply because the sense of negativity, the sense of discouragement has poisoned our mind. I believe that we do not fall back to the ground of immaturity and pettiness. I believe that it is time to say that do this now. We always procrastinate because we are lack of the schedule or the blocks of timetable that say do this now. That's the thing about motivation. That's the thing about uniqueness. If you want to go somewhere unique, we have to suffer a lot. We have to go through the brambles. We have to fall. We have to plunge. We have to plummet. We have to bang to the wall sometimes. And we have to feel the pain, the excruciating pain. Because we must walk so we can strike. We must strike so we can run. We must run so we can fly. We must fly so we can soar. And at the moment that we soar, that we can see the things right below us, and we can see our future very clearly, and we can build and determine our destiny instead of being controlled by other people. And that's what I think about the momentum in us. And also, when we talk about the sense of rejection, the feeling of being rejected, I know most of you know that Jack Ma has been rejected by so many things, failed in so many things. He has failed. Jack Ma has failed in primary school tests, failed in high school tests, and he also failed in a lot of job interviews, getting rejected. 20-something people went for an interview in the KFC. All of them are accepted except him. He's the one being rejected. He went to the police officers for an interview, but the police officers said, no, you are not good, you are not good. He has been rejected. He has been rejected by Harvard University 10 times. 10 times. He has faced so many failures and rejections, but that is why. But just because he is not afraid to encounter failure and rejections, that is why he is able to fly ahead and soar forward to achieve his goal, and now he is a billionaire. So we can ask ourselves a question: do we want to pray for ease? Because please know that if we pray for ease and comfort and pleasure, that's when the monsters are created. And please know that if we walk and if we do the hard things at the right time, we're actually forging our souls. We are creating a better self. We are creating a history in our mind. So instead of just following the path where many people has gone through, why not we forge ourselves and we say to ourselves, we have to crave the victory, we hold the power. The question is, what do we want to become? Sometimes we feel so disappointed because we do not know what we want to become. And we feel so lost. I believe all these things come from self-inspiration. It comes from self-determination. It comes from our inner force of energy that spurs us forward. And that is the belief system inside of us. The belief systems in our mind. The stronger we believe in yes, the stronger we believe in possibility, the stronger we believe in what we can do, then we will be able to do something. And it's not only about the belief systems. It's also about the mental mechanism inside of us. The mental mechanism inside of us. Because sometimes we are so engaged in the weird mental mechanisms inside of us. They want us to do something easy. They want us to do something normal. It is the mental mechanism inside of us. So why not rejecting that notion and start threading and start creating something that is unique, that belongs to us. Many of us have gone through a lot of sufferings, a lot of sadness, so many pains, because we simply do not know the definition of ourselves. Introverted people do extroverted things, and extroverted people do introverted things. Won't you suffer if you do the same thing like that? Outgoing people do things which need a lot of reflection. And reflective people go to a lot of social events that need a lot of conversation, need a lot of efforts to engage with people. Won't you suffer if you do the same things? If we feel we are introvert, then we have to do something that suits our character. At least it is not something that goes beyond too far the limit. That is what I meant. It's meant by uniqueness. We are unique the way we are. Sometimes, if you ask yourself, if you watch yourself in the mirror, when people laugh at you, they say that you are fat. I don't know how it feels to be called a fat. I don't know how it feels to be quoted like that, because I'm not a fat person. But I know, and we all do know how it feels to be rejected. We all know how it feels to go through failures. We know how it feels to be lonely and to be sad and to be depressed. This is what I know. Because when sometimes we are laughed at, when we are teased, being called fat. When we watch ourselves in the mirror, what do we think? Do we think about just the limitations or the possibilities? And one more thing about failure is that failure is not something bad, because with failing we can learn, and when we learn we move forward. That's how it goes. It's a cycle. We fail, we learn, we move forward, and we constantly do that, and that's how we will achieve the mastery. And also we have this self-doubts in our souls. Self-doubts, the doubts inside of us. The doubts. Shakespeare has once said, doubts are traitors. Doubts are traitors because they distance ourselves from where we are and where we want to be. Self-doubts creates distance between you and the ones you love. Self-doubts creates distance between what you want to become and what you are right now. And that's all about self-doubts. That's why right now we're going to make decisions. We're going to make decisions to engage in what we want. We got to be emotionally engaged, emotionally attached, or emotionally stick to the things that we want to do. It's all about emotion. Because with decisions comes actions. With actions comes habits. With habits comes character. And with character we build our destiny. And this destiny comes from one thing and only one word, which is decisions. We have to make decisions. Because we are not doing the things that we should, we are not being unique in the way we want, because we are just simply following other people. And when we rise up in the morning, we feel the sense of emptiness, we feel the sense of isolation, we feel that we are not real, we feel that we are not genuine, we feel that our life is not meaningful, it is meaningless, because we simply don't realize our own uniqueness. And that is when we realize our uniqueness that we are able to achieve what we want, our dreams. Because when we do something that we dislike so much, when we do something that we hate, which is not ourselves, which does not belong to us, we tend to suffer. We feel motivated when we do something that belongs to us, which suits our character. J.K. Rowling, a famous writer of Harry Potter, you know how many times she has failed just to achieve her success today. She is a billionaire in the United Kingdom. Her books has been rejected by so many publishers. But she insists on doing what she wants, and that's how now you can see that she's a very famous writer. Michael Jordan has also once said, I fail over and over and over again, and that is why I achieve success. Michael Jordan has missed 9,000 shots in his career. He has been trusted by so many companies to pick winning shots, but he failed all of them. All of them. All of them. But now he's the king of basketball. That's the thing about uniqueness. Because they press ahead despite the difficulties, despite those blood, sweat and tears. That is how they achieve their mastery. That is how they achieve what they want. Although these people, there are not many people like that. There are not many people that are able to achieve those mastery. But if we strongly believe in ourselves, we believe that we can have our own unique way someday. Because if we do things in a unique way, you will be happy. And we all know one thing. We all know one thing, which is we all are beautiful and unique in the way we are. Though some people might discourage you because of your weird character, though some people will criticize you because of your strange mental mechanisms, though some people will laugh at you, will tease you because of your appearance, because of your physical appearance, but we believe that we are all beautiful and unique in our own way. And that's how the life goes. We cannot necessarily get the interest of all the people around us. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to stay optimistic. We have to overcome our fear, and we say to ourselves, yes, we can. So why not start from today? Instead of bringing people down, why not we take other people? Will we all promise to ourselves that if we are knocked down by one person, we aspire to bring one more person up? Will we all promise that instead of laughing at other people because we feel jealous of their capability, we feel jealous because they are more brilliant than us, we feel jealous because they have better achievement than us, we laugh at them, we tend to laugh at them simply because they are better than us. Sometimes we feel jealous, we have the defense mechanisms that makes us want to tease them, that makes us want to laugh at them just simply because they are smarter than us. Just simply because they are smarter, they are better, so we laugh at them. So today will we promise to ourselves, instead of laughing at the people who are smarter or more capable or more brilliant or more good looking than us, will we promise to instead bring them up to a higher level? Will we inspire and motivate every one of us right here or around you or in your house, in your neighborhood, your friends, colleagues, acquaintances, will you all motivate them and create a more positive environment. And so from today, we inspire, we engage, and we elevate. We draw strength from victories, and we learn from our mistakes, while we keep our eyes fixed on that distant horizon, knowing the fortune and providence is with us. And start from today, let us all encourage the friends around you all, to be a better being, to move to a higher level, and release the air of positivity. It's the positivity. Will we all promise to do that? Will we determine to do these new things instead of bringing people down? It is up to us. It is up to us whether we want to pray for ears and laugh at those that are better than us. Will we do something else? Will we do something else by doing the hard things at the right time and forge ourselves into a better person and mold ourselves to fit into the mold of competitiveness and fit into the mold of great intensity, of greatness, and of high capability? Will we all do that? As of now, let us all inspire one another. And I believe that no matter how harsh the situations have become, no matter how hard things have got, I believe if we stay on, if we stay, we can do it. And that is what I believe in, the you worth becoming. It is the you are shaping yourself, you're shaping ourselves, and that is the us, that is the you and you worth becoming. Thank you very much.